So this is my micro review for the Yamaha YZF125. A brief sort of feel of the bike, to know what it's actually like. So if we get on and start to have a bit of a ride on it, I'll describe what I can feel. Now the first thing you notice is the bike has got a fairly high seat height. You get the feeling you're sitting up fairly high once you're on it. The riding position is quite sporty, so you're leaning forward on your wrists a little bit. I think if you ride the bike every day, you'll be fine with it. If you don't ride it very often, you might think it's a little bit on the sporty side and give you a bit of wrist ache or neck ache or whatever. The performance on the bike for a 4-stroke single cylinder is quite good. It gets up to about 70 miles an hour in 5th gear, and you've got another gear to go, so it's capable of going maybe sort of 80 downhill or something like that. I've noticed that the brakes on the bike don't feel as gutsy as you might think. I guess that's only because it's got one disc on the front and a small disc on the back. It's adequate, it'll always be enough, but it doesn't feel quite like some other bikes that I've ridden. Maybe they've done that because the bike is so light, they didn't want to overdo the braking on it. The bike gives you the impression it kind of feels like it's made out of plastic, it's so light. But don't mean that in a bad way, it actually feels quite good. It's got to be one of the best sports 125s you could get. It's got a rate above things like the Chinese and Spanish sort of equivalents. So, what else can I tell you about it? I quite like it actually. It feels like a nice bike. Feels like it's capable of going long distance. Even for a mature rider, it's a bike that's going to be adequate for most things. Obviously if you want to get really fast, it's not ideal, but anyway, that's my brief micro review of this bike, so I hope that gives you a bit of a feel of what it's like.